Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, gonna be a TVZ mid-rank madness sent to Sniper Monkey at the email address in the description. It's gonna be on Stargazers, a map never before seen on this channel. Top left, gonna be Snapshot, our Red Terran player, and in the top right, it's gonna be GunsNRoaches. We've seen him before. Let's see if he's improved since the last time. I kind of feel like he is a very, very good Zerg player. Just a few holes in his game. You know, just a little bit of stuff. And that describes everybody who is watching this, I feel like. All right. So a TVZ here on Stargazers. So we have a very, very easy walled-off natural. But you have to mine through these mineral patches before you can take it. And, oh, a mineral wall as well. So not super duper safe, but safe enough for the early game. Well, it's not a natural, right? It's a third base, not as safe as Moondance, and not as easy to take, but are we gonna go command center first? No. Why were you maybe just checking for a proxy hatch? Anyway, 16, 18, 17 timing here for GunsNRoaches. Again, if you're using a build order that you made up, I strongly encourage you to go to lotv.spawningtool.com and check out the build orders. They had build orders for every race, against every race, right? So we got ZVT, we've got ZVZ, we've got ZVP, as well as TVT, and TVZ, and TVP. Anyway, Marine opening. Prepared for Lings. All right, Snapshot. Not entirely sure what you're doing here, but factory expansion. You got to do something, man. Once your barracks is down. If you're gonna go one base, okay, man. He is really worried about Zerglings. And if you're really worried about Zerglings unnecessarily, it actually hurts you economically. Like, sure, if you scout a pool first play from your enemy Zerg and you're like, oh, I'm worried about Lings coming into my natural, then by all means, do this. Build a command center a little bit late, maybe up here on the high ground. But if your opponent went for a 16, 18, 17, they can't do that. They can't bother it at all. So you're preparing for something that's not happening. Send an SCV out. Try to see what's going on the enemy side of the map. Third base coming in from GunsNRoaches at 240, which is pretty zippity-zoppity. Yeah, so GunsNRoaches is going macro style. So you, as a Terran player, build this low ground, man. Sure, make some Lings, make a Reaper, whatever. Make some Lings, make some Marines, make a Reaper. Get your second gas out. I like all this stuff, getting a factory too. But you're preparing for an eventuality that is not happening and was never going to happen in this game, if you had scouted and seen what your opponent was up to. On the other side, GunsNRoaches is kind of over here. Like, at least he knows there wasn't an expansion a minute ago. There's not an Overlord perching spot here, which kind of stinks for Zergs, but it's good for everybody else. But the Overlord, maybe come around this backside, hang out back here, poke in every once in a while, see if the base is up or not. Getting that information is nice, because if this is a one-base Terran attack and you went for a fast third, you might have a bad time. I'm not saying you're going to lose necessarily at this level, but it's pretty strong. A one-base attack, when you got your third base up and you're droning it, I mean, how many games have I lost? Where I'm like, all right, I feel pretty safe. I'm going to make a round of 10, 12, 14 drones. And then an army arrives 10 seconds later, and I'm like, oh, probably should have made attacking units with that larva. Anyway, it's a bad time. Every Zerg experienced that. Second barracks on the way. So we're going to go Marine tank. It looks like, for the most part, second base landing again in the dark here as GunsNRoaches. He doesn't know this is happening at all. He sees a Marine tank move out.
Nice.
That's good information to have. You're like, okay, there's Marines in their tanks, and they're moving out. This isn't a group that is going to poke out and then come back home traditionally. Like, that's enough Marines and tanks to be a problem. So he scouts it. GunsNRoaches is like, all right, cool. Well, let's make spores, 4 Lings, and a queen. Maybe there we go. More Lings. More, there we go. 20 Lings. This is what he needed to do. So he's going to be fine here. He wasn't too late on it. Yeah, 20 Lings can handle this group. If this was another 8 to 10 Marines, like, it might be a little tough for Lings to handle it. Getting a surround on these boys. Okay, okay. He's pulling back. Reinforcements are coming in. Oh, he unsieges the tank. It's time to go. I don't know. Snapshot's like, maybe 2 tanks. I need 2 tanks to be safe. Maybe you're not wrong about that. Bring the queens over to soak up some damage, and then bringing the banelings into 0. Okay, 3 marines died. Almost 0 effect. Yeah, slow banes aren't really what you want here. These lings actually take down a siege tank. What are these lings doing? Get in here. Join the fight. Oh, they're sacrificing themselves to the marines. So the tanks die, and then the marines aren't microing at all, so they get eaten up too. Yeah, all right. So with better micro there from Snapshot, you probably could have killed all of these lings, but extra lings were popping out. He wasn't going to win the war. Like, he wasn't going to win the game with that group, but he could have killed all those lings and gotten some work done. That is a major thing about Terran, is if Terran doesn't micro at all, in situations like that, if Marines hold still, Zerglings, and everything Zerg has are just like, yes! They raise their hands to the heavens and are thankful that the Terran is not microing at all. Terran that is kiting and splitting and doing stuff to make Marines a billion times harder to kill for lings, especially, and banelings. Zergs hate that stuff. So if you're a Terran, like, I get it. You don't have a ton of APM, right? Your average is 81. You're at 150 right now. You can get up there. And you're probably busy macroing back home. But in a situation like that, if your Marines aren't pulling back away, like stim pull back away from the banelings, especially slow banelings, and especially against lings, you can get so much more value out of your Marines than if you just stand them there. I will tell you, as a Zerg player, a maxed out army of Marines and Marauders standing there, I'm like, I can take that. They're going to hold still, I can kill them. But once they start kiting, once they start splitting in different directions, once they start doing things where I can't just bash them into pieces with my melee units, that's it. I'm done. It makes all of the difference in the world. That's my pro tip today from Snapshot. Maybe he'll do better micro next time. Maybe that first one was just uncharacteristically bad. GunsNRoaches is at 48 workers, Snapshot's at 43, including a Hydralisk Den, Infestation Pit, Evolution Chamber, and another Evolution Chamber, all at the same time. You saw that in the production tab, though, didn't you? Also, a 4th base at this point, 6-7 minutes is pretty much 4th base timing, even if your opponent doesn't have a 3rd base yet. I think you're going to be all right. I like this. Look, dropping is another thing that is so much better at making Marines way more effective than they should be. He doesn't have stim yet. All right, so Snapshot not having stim at 7 minutes is a major problem. That actually hurts. That's what makes the kiting and the splitting more effective, is you do it fast. See, watch. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, he's trying to move, but like at the same time, he doesn't have stim, so that makes it so much harder. Okay. So when he has stim, maybe we'll see some amazing splits, some amazing kiting. Hey, look, GunsNRoaches taking a 4th base here. Good job, GunsNRoaches. I like it. Also, fantastic name. I think I talked about that last time I cast one of your games, but yeah, if you want to cast your mid-rank Madness game, make sure it is Gold, Platinum, or Diamond. And send it to Falcon Paladin. Nope, send it to Sniper Monkey at the email address in the description, Sniper Monkey 710 or something, with the subject of Mid-Rank Madness, okay? That's how you get the replays to someone who's going to watch them, and then I'll cast the best ones. Liberator on the way, tank on the way. I like it. Stim, see, this is why you get stim early. If you don't have stim at 8 minutes, it's just like, what are you doing? Also, more Medivacs would be nice. You have 2. It's good. I don't know where the other one is, however. Whoa, double expanding. Snapshot. Double expanding. All right. You know what? I was like, GunsNRoaches maybe just going to roll here today. No. Snapshot's like, I'm going to pressure the Zerg, and I'm going to expand twice. And as a Zerg player, you're like, I can't do anything about that. I got to deal with this garbage. And it's true. Yes, yes, yes. The stutter stepping with the stim. Hey. That's the Terran I'm afraid of. Oh, the slow banes. Oh, that is sick. Dude, Snapshot knows what's up. Maybe he's overstepping a little bit here. Yeah, he might have gone a little too far on the creep, and the Baneling stuff. Speed doesn't run. Yeah, not enough room in the medevac for everyone. Decent Baneling hit there. Hydra's coming in. Losing this 4th base would be massive for GunsNRoaches, and I think he's going to lose it. It's got about 10 seconds here. Hey! way! And he saved it. Okay, that was nuts. That hatchery was dead to rights. Love that high ground tank position, though. That's great. 18 kills on that tank. GunsNRoaches knew exactly how long he could wait before that hatch was going down. That was fantastic. So tank wanders into Liberation Zone. Says, aha, you can't kill me in here, but Lings and Banelings actually super can. Yeah. Lings and Banes are like, oh, Liberator, neat. You're going to kill one of our Lings every 2 seconds. They die on their own faster than that. Dude, move up. Move up. Snapshot sitting on 2,000 minerals and 300 gas. If he... Oh, here we go. Okay. He is macroing behind this. He's making 4 Marines, a tank, a Liberator at a time. If he keeps pushing here, he can do this. GunsNRoaches at 92 workers. You know what he might have done is overdroned a little bit here, like I was talking about a second ago. Yeah, beautiful. Gets the hatch. Yeah, so good. So good. Spores. Spine's coming up. A little late for that. If you Spore Spine it after it's dead, well, he started the Spore Spine situation. Oh, I'm just randomly sending drones into the meat grinder. That's a war zone. You can't... Okay. All right. Well, these Marines are all dead. Oh, unless the Hydras want to fight into siege tanks here, which they're doing. Dude, the Marines are fine. GunsNRoaches struggling a little bit here right now. Snapshot still doing the 4 Marine, 1 tank, 1 Liberator play. What he needs, honestly, is another couple barracks. Why does he have tech labs on both of these? He's not making Marauders. You're just pumping Marines. Make some more barracks with reactors on them, like this one. And then you can make so many Marines, and you're controlling them really well. And I think you win this game, but GunsNRoaches was able to get up to 80, 90 workers. Yeah, he lost some of them because he was dumb. He's still dumb with these ones. That's okay. We're all dumb with workers sometimes. But he still has a significantly better economy. He's got a new 4th base up here. Took the safe backdoor expansion. Obviously had to mine some minerals to get there. But, okay, so remember when I was like Snapshot double expanded? He did, and then he didn't really saturate it. And in fact, these idle SCVs are a problem. They've got 56 workers, but 5 of them are sitting around doing nothing. 6 of them doing nothing at all. And Snapshot is spending way too much time on this one base that's been dead for a while. I love the changelings. Okay, reaction time on changelings, go. 1, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 8, 1,000. I don't think you ever figured it out. Lingbane Hydra, baby. Pretty good against Marine tank. And Liberators, too. The Hydra's providing a lot of important anti-air there. Banelings are speedy and off-creep. Yeah, stutter stepping against significantly bigger numbers of Lings and Banes than you are. It's a good effort. It's not going to work out for you, buddy. All right, so it's 141 to 100 total supply. You just need more barracks with reactors, man. Dude, these guys are idle, too. Look, Snapshot. There's just... I like your game. Your ideas are good, but your macro failures and you getting stim at 10 minutes was a problem. I guess he's got more barracks down here. They don't have reactors, though. I don't know about... No, the Banelings are stuck behind the Hydras. Get them in there. There we go. Decent connections. And GunsNRoaches. There's too many tanks for this Hydra stuff to work as well as... you want it to, unfortunately. So Overseer's heading home. Having Overlord speed for Overseers is a must get. It's like not getting speed for Lings. You need speed for Overseers. You do. GunsNRoaches is expanded down here too, in case you're wondering. He's lost 13,000 resources to 8,000 for Snapshot. So, you know, Snapshot's being cost efficient. He's just sitting on 5,000 minerals right now because he's not reactoring these. He knows reactors are a thing. It's not that he can't afford them either because they're cheap and he's sitting on 3,000 minerals and 1,000 gas. Reactor these up and spend your minerals, dude. Let's go. Dude, more idle SCVs. You know what? Am I going to go so far as to say that Snapshot would win this game if he was using all of his SCVs instead of having them be idle for swaths of time? I'm going to try to expand down here. GunsNRoaches going for the risky play. Does not work out. Loses that hatch, doesn't cancel it. Bad. Bad news bears. Pick up the Marines you can and just flee with the rest. He's trying. Ooh. 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 Oh, Ooh! Yeah! That was good. That was good trades. Snapshot! I maligned you when I said you didn't know how to stutter step earlier. I'm sorry. I apologize. I was wrong. Macro hatch. Love a good macro hatch. So does Hearthstone, by the way. To the point that basically rants about macro hatches on his stream. I guess it kind of like I do. But it's the point where his commenters all know. So anyway, oh my. You can't have, dude. How many is this? It's like 15 SCVs hanging out. This isn't fully saturated. This isn't fully saturated. This isn't fully saturated. How do you have this many idle SCVs? Okay, I'm putting it out there. Snapshot wins this game if he doesn't have 47 idle SCVs for most of the match. He's doing well. His micro is very good. Okay, he doesn't... Oh, and he knows what reactors are now, too. Okay, so now it's on. Now it's on. We're making 4 reactors. Just this pure marine stuff is not going to work as well as you want it to, bud. You have upgrades. I guess you got +1/+1, which is great. And combat shield and stim. Good. But, dude, the stutter step, though. Oh, my gosh, it's so good. GunsNRoaches is like, I've been here before, and I don't like it. He's getting Adrenal. He's getting an Ultralisk Cavern, which, yes. Against an opponent that has 1/1 Marines, and that's a large portion of their army, Ultralisks are the ultimate answer. Ultras do not take any damage from +1 Marines, hardly at all. They do splash damage, so they're like, cleave, and the Marines are, blah, they just die. Especially if they're defending something. You know, they're faster than Ultras are because, you know, Stim's overpowered, but if they're defending this base and Ultras roll in, they're like, oh, well, we can't kite them because that leads us away from the base we're defending, you know. Did he figure out a changeling? I feel like maybe he figured out a changeling. Maybe it died before it changed into a Marine. Dude, this changeling play stuff, incredible. Like, really good from GunsNRoaches here. Amazing. Ah! Gold base! Saved. Saved this time. Dude, no Medivacs either. You gotta have some Medivacs for your boys. Alright. Well, Planetary gonna die to a pretty nicely set up Baneling Hydra attack. Yeah, Planetary dead. SCVs die, but not nearly as many as should have died because that was not a fully saturated base. Oh, the Marines are overstimming themselves. They take down a hatch. They get this hatch for the second time today. This is their favorite hatch to kill. Oh, yep, stimmed again, man. Okay, so these are the squishiest, not movingest. Overstimmed Marines holding still on creep versus Banelings. Who wins? Yeah. Medivacs. Give your guys meta. Why do you not give your guys meta if there's no Medivacs? Snapshot. Okay. Snapshot, if he didn't have a million idle SCVs, and he knew what reactors were sooner, and he got stim faster, and he knew what Medivacs were beyond the first 10 minutes, he could win this game. Tanks are not sieged. Okay. Well. So all the tanks are dead. It's exactly like the Marine thing. Tanks that are sieged up, scary. Tanks that are not sieged up, million times less scary. I cannot express to you how less scary that is as a Zerg player. So like Snapshots, look, I'm talking a lot about Snapshot here. Not as much about GunsNRoaches because I think he's just doing things right. Like he's playing Zerg correctly. He just has enough workers, 93 workers, a ton of bases. Lingbane Hydra. He's not getting incredibly good cost-efficient trades here, but it doesn't matter because his income is significantly higher than the Terrans. And yeah, that went poorly for him, but guess what he's doing? Making 30 more Lings. Making 10 more Banelings. He's got Adrenal. He's working on 3 upgrades. He's adding Mutalisks to the core, which... no Don't like that idea. That might actually hurt you in the long run. You have an Ultralisk Cavern. Wait. Yeah, you have an Ultralisk Cavern. You have chitinous plating. Maybe make it... You have enough money and supply available to make like 3 or 4 Ultras. 5 Ultras, even. That's what I would do, but that's me. I'm Falcon. I like Ultras. Probably too much. Free Mutalisk. Because he was built down here and his rally was past the army. Yeah, watch out for your rallies, everybody. Okay, so he's like, gotta save the gold base? No. Gonna try for a wraparound play into this. Alright, here we go. Big time. The Bailings are like, where are the Marines? Why are we exploding on tanks? It's not good. It's not good. And Snapshot survives the attack. And then the Mutas come in and finish him off. The Marines arrived. The Bailings are like, where were those guys? Snapshot's killing this. Yeah, look. If Snapshot wins this, he could have really won this thing earlier if just he improved the things we talked about. But if Snapshot loses this, it's because he's making all sorts of crazy mistakes. But has he figured it out now? Still has not saturated this base. Hasn't saturated this new base he's taken either. This base has 4 SCVs at it. He still doesn't have any Medivacs. Oh my gosh. Mutalisks, why? Yeah. Not your fight, Mutas. Guys. It's a lot, though. But a lot of 0-0 Mutas versus a lot of Stim 1-1 Marines? Yeah, I mean, look, this is scrappy. Neither player is even close to maxed out here. Snapshot's actually low on cash, because you know why? He's got 65 workers at 20 minutes and like 7 bases. That's why. Does he have more? Oh my God. All right, Snapshot. We need to have a serious talk. Your idle SCVs. There's a handy little thing over on the left side here above your mini-map that shows you how many idle workers you have. And if you click on that button, it'll select all of the idle workers, and then you can tell them to go to this base. And then you're not broke. You're not utterly broke and dead. Snapshot. Snapshot. Well, you know, this really shouldn't do anything at 22 minutes. Is sending Mutas down to a base. This should have turrets at it, right? It should have at least like 2 or 3 turrets, maybe a Thor parked here. Instead, it's an utterly undefended base. Of course, there's no SCVs to kill here either, which is what Mutas are better at. They're actually kind of bad at killing buildings, but if there's nothing stopping them, they can kill buildings. Once again, look, Snapshot's very good at killing this base and the gold base. He's killed them both several times. Oh no, now he's making turrets. Seems too late for that. Maybe the turrets will come up. Dude, the tank is not your concern. These turrets are your concern. There you go. Ah, shutting it down. Whoa, never mind. Snapshot thinks maybe the gold base isn't back yet. It kind of is. And the bottom right base is going to go down. Hey, all the idle SCVs are getting killed. Oh no. Look who's making ultras though. That's right. 3 ultras, 3 more on the way. The Mutas are kind of just winning though, which is a thing. Yeah, so, is there an answer to these Mutalisks? Well, there's 40 Marines out, and they got 1-1 in Combat Shield and Stim, and their Medivac count is 0. So maybe? Marines are pretty good against Mutas. Oh, but when they're sitting right on top. Wait, what killed this group? Oh, Ultras did. So they're like, we are strong. We killed an entire base. Maybe these Lings and Banes did. I don't know. Did they go home? They thought about it, and then they stood still, and Adrenal Lings and Bane murdered them. Ah, it wasn't the Ultras after all. Ling Bane. Cool. So anyway, production's all dying, except for these barracks, which are placed in Nowheresville, and they're kind of hard for the Zerg player to find, I'm guessing. Wait, does he know about this? He does. He knows about that. Our army be scrapping. Who's that? Who's that announcer? I don't recognize that at all. Our army be scrapping? Like a Gen Zer to me. Oh, he knows. Snapshot knows Widow Mines are a good answer to mutas. But if you wander them into the mutas on their own and they die before they burrow, they're not actually good. Pro tip. The Ultralisks have arrived. They have anabolic synthesis. They have... Where are you guys? Guys? Okay, so it's a Muta Ultra, which is okay. I like it. They got full upgrades on the Ultras. 3-3. Bunch of Lings and Banes. That planetary goes down. Overseer's getting killed by the turrets that were built to kill Mutas. This Ultralisk, that's your GG, says Snapshot. Bam. The unkillable Ultras. By that I mean... Oh, he never died. Ah, GG. I'm sure he was going to go down, but nope. Got 5 kills, not dead. Fully upgraded Ultras against 1-1 Marines. Never, ever, ever, ever going to happen. So yeah, Snapshot had a lot to work on today. His early build didn't make any sense at all. He was worried about link pressure that wasn't coming, so it set him back that way. Then he didn't get stim until 10 minutes, and then his medevac count fell off a cliff. He made 3 medevacs today. 3 and 300 Marines. You need more medevacs, my guy. You just do. Also, better upgrades would be amazing. That would also help. Also, idle SCVs. Also, not saturating new bases when you take them. Also, there's a lot of things that went wrong. GunsNRoaches struggled to deal with some early pressure from Snapshot. Some Marine tank shenanigans. Killed this base a couple times. Little sneaky Marine attacks killed the 6 o'clock gold a couple times. The bottom right base died. Like, Snapshot ended up killing 6 hatcheries today. So for all the mistakes he made, he did a lot of things well. Killing 6 hatcheries in 24 minutes against a Zerg is usually an indication you're going to beat him. But upgrades were everything, and composition was everything. And once these Ultras showed up, these 1-1 Marines were just, they were never going to hold. They weren't. The end. End of story. So GG, well done there, GunsNRoaches. 42,000 resources lost for the Zerg, 37th lost for Snapshot. I mean, look, again, these numbers don't look that bad for Snapshot. He killed 72 drones, lost 46 SCVs. Like, honestly, you look at this game, and if all you looked at was the resources lost and the number of workers killed for each player and the number of bases killed for each player, I would think the Terran won. But no. Nope. Idle workers, bad builds, late on upgrades, neglecting upgrades. 1-1. You can't stop making upgrades at 10 minutes. He's got Stim Combat Shield, Concussive Shell, and 1-1. He never starts 2-2 ever. I don't even thought about it. I mean, Widow Mine's way too late, and GunsNRoaches is our victor here today. Well done. Well done from GunsNRoaches. Again, he just played a generally pretty good game. And the Terran had a lot of things to work on. So there you go. Okay, that is going to be it for me today. This is Ben, Falcon Paladin, coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
The path of ascension is